Let's do it. The Mood Lounge Show, dropping crazy knowledge on the minds with your hosts, Pedge Tattoos and partner in crime, Marco.
Hey, welcome to the Mood Lounge Show. I'm your host once again, Pedge Tattoos.
I'm your co-host once again, Marco Decay.
So, we got a decent show here, I think, but it's getting a little political again because not enough funny shit happens in the fucking news. But let's see if we can make something a little funny. So I hit Marco to this, and Marco kind of hit me right back because he's like, "Yeah, I read about it." So, 14-year-old teenager committed suicide in Orlando, Florida.
Oh yeah, they opened a lawsuit on this,
Yeah,
right?
the mom.
Who do you think's winning?
I don't know. Let me give the audience the little gist of it, because what it is was this kid was in a relationship for 7 months with an online bot made to resemble a Game of Thrones character.
Yeah.
So now, you asked who I think is going to win. I don't know, man, but it just seems that everybody got jerked off but the kid in this whole deal.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
But the kid wrote in his diary, this is why she's suing. The kid wrote that, I know, this is the weirdest. He's like, the kid writes in his diary, I know it's a bot, but I feel so much better when I'm talking to whatever its name was. And, he makes me feel so much,
I thought it was her.
Who, the character?
Yeah, the character.
Her, I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but they pulled up the logs on it, and like it said, like he was saying some sad shit or whatever, and then he was like, I just want to go home, and she's like, come home, my prince, or whatever the fuck. He was like, oh, okay, wow. Yoink, you know what I mean?
Wow. So I don't know, because once again we're talking about AI.
Yeah, but in the terms and conditions, it clearly says don't listen to it's literally not real. You know what I mean? It's a chatbot. That's the whole point.
But then again, that's just that doesn't matter what they say.
Just because it's writing a 50 Shades of Thrones for you, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean it's got to be fucking
50 Shades of Thrones.
Yeah,
50 Shades of bots fucking you
50
over.
Shades of dragons in that fucking universe. But
they should. Well, look, this is a shame. The kid committed suicide.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but the kid was troubled.
Yeah.
Okay, the kid was troubled, and I don't know who's going to win out of this, but I'm guaranteeing there's going to be some money circulating, just as a here's a little hush, and the mom's going to be like, how does $2 million help me? I lost my son. Here's $3 million. Okay. Everybody shuts the fuck up, Well, I made my point, and you got $3 million, and if you come from Orlando, that's not going to last very long because,
prices are skyrocketing.
It's not that its prices are skyrocketing. And people that live in a shitty neighborhood, because I'm guessing this is a, middle class, low income.
Oh, great.
And, this kid couldn't find love out there in the world, and he had to find it through a bot.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm so in love with her. Got his goggles on.
She was my everything.
He's got the goggles on. He's just like, oh, lick it.
Yeah. Well, no, make no mistake. We give our condolences, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm laughing about it, but it is a silly thing.
This kind of raises the question, where were the parents in the whole live? Because he should have known regardless. It's you know what I mean. If he's writing in his diary saying, "I know it's wrong."
True.
You know what I mean. What's going on there?
True. So. And I mean, saying that the parents should know, which it's true because when you started playing. Yeah. I was always involved, and remember that creepy Darth Vader guy that came on while you were playing some fucking online game when I finally allowed you to go online and play, and this guy just kept coming fucking, I don't know, fucking up the game for you, and you were getting all upset.
Are you talking
when I said I was going to
fucking talking about R6? Are you talking about R6 fucking years ago?
Yes,
when I was Jesus, bro. Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is that I was involved, and parents kind of just turn a blind eye after a while. They're like, he's in front of the computer. What could happen? What could actually...
A lot of shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck happens to you when you get on the computer?
Exactly.
All this shit going on.
Yeah, a lot of shit goes on. And, getting into this AI robot shit, I saw a funny skit on the... I forgot where it was, X or somewhere, and it was like a little cartoon parody. I think it was a cartoon parody, or did I see the other one where it was actually... Yeah, it was actually people... And the guy was like, we're going to have this new robot come out. And it kind of looked like Optimus from fucking Tesla's version of the robots. And the guy was like, yeah, and it's going to cook and it's going to clean. It's going to be your friend and this and that. And all the men stood up and says, can we fuck it? Like, so when the guy goes, no, you can't fuck it. It's a machine. Then fuck.
come
What the
on.
hell do I need a robot for? You know.
Yeah.
So that it's funny, but it's sad because if we're having to build robots to be our friends and to
And to be more than friends.
so it is sad. My condolences to the mom who lost her son. But you should have known your kid had a little
shoulda known
fucking
your
issue.
Kid, yeah, you should have known your kid was going through that Blade Runner arc. If you've seen that scene, you remember what I'm talking about, like
Yeah.
where he's looking at the
Yeah.
AI. He's just, it's just what it reminded me of.
Just
when I
like,
heard
are you
it.
my savior?
Yeah.
You know?
You look lonely. I can fix that.
It's
He's sitting there
Look,
with the Band-Aid on his nose.
I don't know. We shouldn't be laughing, but funny is funny.
It happened.
Exactly.
Can't change it.
So, talking about saviors. So, you know that Jesus
All
revealed.
right, slow down.
What?
How are we going from?
Because I said savior and then
Yeah, but then
insert
watch.
Jesus.
We're gonna jump like completely off track to be like,
Sure
hey,
we
you know,
will.
Trump's left nut wasn't shaved at 3 a.m. Right?
Yeah, we will.
How?
I'll show you how. Marco's always questioning my fucking
is
method
so
of
weird,
madness.
bro.
My method of madness.
Could you imagine driving in the car and like you fucking put on somebody's podcast and they just go from like fucking talking about this kid that had an unfortunate event,
Okay.
and then we go to, hey, Jesus said this about shaving
hold
your
up.
nuts at like fucking.
I didn't
you know,
say
in the
Jesus said
full-
anything about
in the
shaving
full
anybody's
moon.
nuts.
But you would probably like 13 shows from now.
Listen.
There's a translation saying, you know,
Look,
Gillette.
where would you like me to jump in from this 14-year-old committing suicide? Would you like me to go from
You could
and
ease
then
it in.
this crazy plastic
You could
surgery,
ease it in,
bitch?
bro. You could ease it in. Speaking of other funny stuff, you know what I mean, like that.
But Jesus is not funny.
No, that was a different topic that you were talking about.
All right.
Whatever. Go ahead. What were you going to say
People,
about
please, the viewers out there, if they have an issue with me jumping from thing to thing and it's mad confusion and you don't like the way I do it, let me know, because I'm just taking a lesson from Trump where I weave my stories into each other and I get a little off topic, but I kind of like bring it right around the bend. So, but getting back to Jesus is Lord. And so, now I want to weave in Kamala. You know, Kamala said in a speech. No. So,
What's next? Bernie Sanders.
well, look, I read this and it was very, very like wild when I read it, and then I said, let me check it out myself and do my, due diligence.
What was it that you read though?
So what I read was that
And when was it?
Jesus revealed the name of the antichrist in the Old Testament. Well, not in the Old Testament, in the New Testament. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm just confusing. The Old Testament is, but
How exactly?
so he revealed the name, but in the name it was written. Well, I don't know if it was written. Yeah, it was written that in Aramaic, which is the precursor to Hebrew. So that it would be his name is lightning from the heaven. Light from the heaven, lightning from the heaven. So now, when you try to translate it in the old Aramaic, it comes out. This is where people are going to be like, bullshit, but you need to look it up and do your due diligence, and you will see it is true. And I did look it up, and then I translated it into fucking Hebrew, and I was
Wait,
like,
where does-
holy
yeah,
fuck.
where does he say that again? Like,
I don't quote me on what part of the Bible, but it's all in the red of the Bible where it says Jesus speaks. So everything you see red is Jesus speaks. So I can't give you like it's not a Deuteronomy. It's not. I don't fucking know.
what's
All
that?
right.
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy is a part of the Bible. It's a chapter in the Bible. Deuteronomy, Ezekiel,
Really?
John, Matthew, Luke,
Okay.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Right.
Sounds like a fucking.
Dude. You with these fucking words, man. I can't tell if you just making shit up sometimes.
No, I'm not.
Dude.
No, I made up the Peter, Paul, and Mary, but Peter, Paul,
Yeah,
and Mary
no.
actually did exist, but it's just in different references. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is what it said. It said that for lightning or light to come, down to shine
I'm here,
is
metaphorical.
barak, barak. So phonetically, it's barak, and everybody knows where I'm going with this now, and you sure as hells do. And heavens is Obama, not Obama, Bama. So when you translate it to Hebrew, to connect those two words together, you need to put an O or a U. When you put the O or a U in, to connect that, to make it a speakable sentence that makes any sense, it ends up being Barack Obama or Obama, depending on, So who the fuck is Barack Obama? He was our president for 8 fucking years. And then what I did by my due diligence is I went into more looking up, and I found people that made collages of all the references that Obama made to not being Christian. Because he did say, oh, I swore on the Holy Bible, I took my oath to be into office, this and that. Whereas he speaks prolifically about his faith, and his faith is not Christian. Even though he goes to these churches and these Baptist places and oh, praise the Lord, oh, Jesus Christ, all of that shit, and the people are dancing, catching the spirit, all right? He ain't Christian.
Wasn't there a clip of him, like, when he was swearing on the Bible? Like, there was some other...
They said there was another book there.
Yeah.
I think it was the Quran.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah. That was just weird.
I didn't look, to, try to get a,
Yeah.
I'm not an investigative fucking journalist. I'm not a journalist, period. I'm just here to make fucking shit with a twist, But it's, to me, when I saw that little montage of clips going back and forth where he goes, Assalamu alaikum, then he brought the Muslim holidays inside the White House. And I'm not shitting on Muslim people. I'm just saying that he basically just flipped everything over, and nobody seems to remember that. They should, he was a Christian. Yeah, he was into the Muslim faith, but then he turned to Christianity. He never did. His name is Barack Hussein Obama. There's nothing there that's Christian, because usually when you, like in an Orthodox faith, you need to take a name. Right. So like when you become christened in the Orthodox faith, you need to have a name that God will recognize you, and that's usually a name from a relative or a name from the Bible or an old saint's name or whatever. He didn't do that, so I don't believe that he was in whatsoever Christian. So like now coming to that and all the revelations and all of that shit, yeah, it could be, but then how does it play that if he's the Antichrist, how does he play into it? So then I did a little bit more, delving in. And then I started to notice that they say also in the New Testament that there will be not a Messiah, like a Savior. But that Savior will not be the real Savior, meaning there needs to be like a little mini Savior and then whatever. So there needs to be somebody to be like, what do you call that? Not an example, but the one who takes the fall. You know what I'm saying?
Patsy, the fall guy.
Yeah, so It's going to be like, he's going to be the Patsy. He's going to come out and be like, I'm a big Christian, I'm doing this, and it's going to look like he's doing all these, things like that Jesus would do, or, I'm not saying Trump's like, the second coming. I'm not saying, I want people to understand that.
Have you seen the clips of like people actually praying to Trump though?
Yeah,
that really threw me off. It's like this guy got pulled over and
that's
it's like,
so silly.
Donald Trump, save me. Please, Donald Trump, save me. I was like, bro,
just,
what the fuck?
listen, that's just, look, he's just a man.
Yeah.
He's nobody. He's just a man. He's a good businessman. He's, and he's trying to help people. And that's the thing. He's trying to help people. Don't get me wrong. He's lining his pockets, but he's doing it in a nice way. He's not lining his pockets through, our misery and our tax-paying dollars. He's lining his pockets through business ventures, He's not doing what these other politicians are doing. But, of course, you know how politicians operate. One hand washes the other. You need a favor. You need to give in. There's no way you're going to make it anywhere else. But what I was trying to say is not that it was a patsy, it's a martyr. So he's going to be a martyr. So they're saying that somebody's going to come out and start spreading the gospel in not like so many ways, like talking in riddles like Jesus did and whatever. But he's going to come out and try to do the best for the people and whatever and this and that. We all thought that was Obama. So, I always was like, after like the first year saying, this guy's got the devil's tongue the way he talks. He just Now, watch me get poisoned or some shit. Because everybody that says something bad about Barack gets poisoned or ends up like dying in a swimming accident. The guy was an Olympic swimmer, but he died in a swimming accident. Guy was a fucking Olympic paddleboarder, but he died on his paddleboard. It just doesn't make sense, man. So I don't want to keep jumping from conspiracy theory to conspiracy theory. But then this Trump thing, like I said, so it could be that Trump, because then you could tie in all these other things, and I don't want to sit here and ramble on, but some of the guests love these conspiracy theories. They say that in the Vatican also, there's spaces for all the popes to be painted on top of, right, the cathedral wall. There's only one space left. And, it's just...
Regardless, that's still going to mean some.
Yeah.
They would account for that.
So, this Pope that we have now, Pope Francis, is literally calling Trump kind of like an antichrist, because you have to accept all these migrants. You have to, how can you turn them back? How can you this? How can you that? Yet they're going and praying in front of the cathedral, to their Allah, and they're praying and bending over and taking up all the spaces. Look, I just got one thing to say. If you don't like the way the country is, don't infiltrate it and try to change it. Assimilate. They don't assimilate in Europe, and now everybody's kicking them out. In Poland, they're being fucking stopped at the border. They're being, they're being kicked out everywhere. People have had it. They're doing raping, pillaging. They're doing fucking. They're literally saying you will bow to Islam. It's going to be.
Last I checked, that's invasion.
It is invasion. Yeah. Infiltrating invasion. I said the wrong word, but you're 100% right. It is an invasion. We have an invasion here of 20 million. And it's funny how a good, 45 to 50% of them are fucking men of fighting age. And what are we having a problem with? Tren de Agua, Aragua, whatever their fucking stupid name is. They got to be quiet. We got a lot of Venezuelans here down the block.
Is that what?
And we have a Haitian neighbor up the block too. And guess what? There's no loose cats running around anymore.
Yeah, and as soon as they moved in, I was taking my dog on a walk, and he was like, "Nice dog," and my dog got scared. I almost fucking ran off from a fucking leash. So
that's a nice
really
dog.
Great. I like that dog.
Put a little seasoning on him. Reminds me of the cartoon where Bugs Bunny, they put Bugs Bunny in that big fucking cauldron, and then they're fucking sitting there cutting carrots, and he's like, "Oh, this is such a hot bath, thank you." And then putting fucking onions they're chopping.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to connect. Trump goes on Rogan.
You're connecting the Rogan thing to that?
Yeah, because I said Trump. I mentioned Trump in the last article about him kind of being the savior.
See, that makes sense going from you know what I mean? Like we mentioned Trump and then we go there.
So did you happen to watch any of that? Because I watched a little bit of it when
Rogan thing?
Yeah.
I did, but then I started going through X and I was like confused because people were fucking photoshopping and doing all this shit, and then they put AI Kamala on fucking Rogan.
Oh wow,
ridiculous! I was like watching. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Everybody's just fucking going nuts, that.
Everybody's doing fucking stupid.
But shit. So Trump went on, and I got a little, a notification, and what ended up happening was on YouTube, 20 minutes in, 300,000 people locked in to watch this. And 20 minutes in, they shut the feed down.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but then they started posting like mad fucking crazy on X, and they started going. Of course, it was live on Spotify, so it was up. And I don't know what this whole thing is, but they're really trying every last ditch effort to not let Trump speak, and Trump is doing everything to mix with the people, everything. And he's not doing this because he's just doing it for show. Like he's hooked up with Dana White in the UFC. He's in the boxing community. He's going on all these podcasts, like comedians, right-wing shows, left-wing shows. He's going on everybody's show. He's taking a beating on some, but he's still answering. He's fucking quick as a fucking whip. And he said himself that if he does not win, and if they try to overturn this election again and steal it once more, he's just going to fucking back the fuck out because, A, he's been fucking he's ridiculed everywhere, and then he's all over the fucking place. He's being sued. He's being arrested, false accusations, false claims, and then as he puts his money into the lawyers, they get him off. They appeal, they get him off, whatever. Yeah. So it really sucks, a man to go through that much discrimination
just to get in the fucking
right. Office. And I know Tramp likes to Tramp.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
Thinking about Kamala. Thinking about Kamala, that tramp. Reminds me, that guy Judge Joe, he's just like, let me tell you about Kamala, man. She's the biggest tramp hoe bitch ever.
She's a piece of shit.
Pimps and fucking and hookers, and I'm gonna tell you firsthand, she's not black. Like, she ain't black. I'm black. She ain't black. She ain't with the black community.
She's a witch.
She is
a corrupt witch. She's been corrupt her whole life, and she fucked her way to the top.
But yo, big mad respect to Judge Joe. Man, he's just like, I only got a couple of years left, and I really don't care if they try to assassinate me. And don't get me started on that Barack Hussein Obama. He's a Muslim. I love this guy, man, because I used to watch him on that People's Court and all of that shit that they used to, and People's Court with Judge Joe, and he'd come out and be like, don't try to pull the wool over my eyes, because I'm from the ghetto. I come out there and fucking whip your ass, It's like, I love him, man. He's just fucking real as shit can be, man. Yeah. And he knows the real Kamala. He's from Cali. He knows the real Kamala. She ain't done nothing for the black community. That poor lady that her daughter, she's disabled. They say she's handicapped. She had something. I think she caught pneumonia, and she had to stay home from school. And Kamala made this new truancy law. She sent the cops to arrest this fucking mother. And there's so much shit they're trying to bury on the internet. That's one story that they're trying to bury. And it's really sad because this lady came out and she goes, I wasn't arrested once, but twice. And I had to spend, I don't know how many weeks in jail because I couldn't make bail because her daughter was truant. The daughter's handicapped, and she gets sick, and then she gets to get hospitalized. Even the daughter came out and said, yeah, back in the day, my mom had to go to jail and whatever. No apologies from Kamala, no none. I'm for the black community. How many fucking motherfuckers did she put black for smoking weed in California? Dude, everybody smokes weed.
Yeah.
Dude, your grandmother smokes weed. This one smokes weed. That one smokes. Your fucking little cousin who's 11 years old smokes weed. Everybody smokes weed in California. But yet she found a way to arrest these poor fucking people, like
and keep them locked up
for smoking a fucking blunt or fucking having a fucking dime bag in their pocket. And they did time. And then she didn't let them get paroled early. No, you're going to serve your time because it's cheap, free labor. And she took right in this driver's seat of her father and grandfather. Her grandfather was a slave owner. And guess what? That's how she knows what to do, is crack that whip. You're going to do what I tell you to do. Fucking bitch. And then Judge Josie on the other side going, shut the fuck up, Kamala. You don't know what you're talking about. You sucked my dick when I was fucking 36 and I passed my bar exam. Yo, man, whatever.
He's a piece of shit.
So, I liked Trump on Rogan. That
was the moral of the story.
The moral of the story, I had to throw in Judge Joe in there. Fucking calling Kamala a fucking hoe. Whatever, man, Hey, what time are we at? 22 minutes. All right. I keep forgetting to do that so I can keep track, so I can cut.
What do you do with those recordings? Do you actually use them?
No, I just erase them.
You just erase them?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. You could just put a timer on your phone if you want.
Nah, I tried that before and it went off and I couldn't see it. So it's good. Right. But yeah, so I like what Trump did. He did get away from himself. I know he likes to weave, but he weaves a little funny. Like he kind of like went in and was just like, yeah, so would you like me to tell you when I came into the office? And he's just like, yeah, tell me when you came in the office. He goes, it was surreal. It was just surreal. And then, China. He just gets off topic and he goes, China. But I can understand him because I do that. So I'm kind of like waiting, like, are you going to get back to the White House? And then he goes, and then China, and then Rocket Man.
Now you know how I feel when you go off, like, into a different story, when you were originally talking about a different story, and I'm waiting for you to finish. And then sometimes you never finish, and I look at you, I'm like, so you were going to tell me about the dude that you fucking almost slapped in Walmart? You're like, oh, yeah, my bad. I was fucking too busy focusing on this bitch's mole.
Yeah, because something just comes out. The mole was just doing this. It was just
but it's like, bro, I didn't need to know that it had 6 hairs that you had to count individually. You know what I mean?
Which reminds me of my dead great aunt.
See what I mean, guys? The fuck? So, see what I mean?
My dead great aunt had a mole on her face right here, and it had these spider legs, daddy long legs coming out, and she used to always like, come give your auntie a kiss. And I'd be like, Mom, I don't want to kiss and I used to kiss her, and she had like to kiss me like,
oh god,
like that kind of kiss, like the funny shit in the movies, like in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure when come give grandma a kiss,
and it's all gums.
Yo, dude, it was all gums, and the breath was kicking. She was old. And, it was just, and I hated that. So, God rest her soul. So, what you got on your list?
Okay. Where do I even begin here?
So, we got the AI thing down, right?
Yeah, we did talk about the AI thing. Oh, did you hear 3 to 2 weeks ago, or roughly in that time frame, about a ship that got sunk?
Why would you say 3 to 2?
Because it happened 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Well, that's what you should have said 2 to 3 weeks ago. You just said
Why
3
does
to
it
2.
matter? 3 to 2, 2 to 3. I didn't
3,
know whether
2,
it started
1.
2, 1, and 4 or 7,
1,
5.
2, 3.
Okay, whatever. Did you hear about that or not?
I did not.
Okay, so this was in right around New Zealand waters,
Okay.
like towards Australia or whatever. This lesbian boat commander.
Say what?
I have to throw that in because this is important. This lesbian commander.
Did she sink that boat lickety split?
Yes, and this was her first ship that she piloted.
Lickety split?
Yes. Yeah, she said, "All hands on deck. We need to go." Yeah, that's actually how they say deck over there. That's not even a joke.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck. We need to move. You know, I don't know. There was no.
She was the only one that said no, not me.
No,
never,
not me. Yeah,
never. You grabbed it, not me.
You seamen handle that. You know what I mean? So it's like,
let seamen handle it.
yeah, like. But I was looking in the surrounding water. There was like not a single rock or anything. So I don't know how she sunk this ship, but it sunk. So Commander Gray.
Do they have a coral reef up there?
I think so. I feel
Maybe
like
she hit a little coral.
I don't know. I feel like it went like SpongeBob. You know what I mean? Like where he's like moving behind the rocks, and then
Yeah.
Keep going. You're good.
You're good.
And stop.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Cam. We'll just buff out those scratches.
Oh, dude, I gotta look that clip up.
That shit was like
funny,
$100 million in the water.
No! Not good!
It's really great for the Navy.
Not good!
100
What
million.
are you doing?
Yeah,
You burned all the
somewhere.
food,
It was a battleship.
What?
Yeah, it was a pretty expensive.
Why
ship.
is your
American?
arm
She's
gone?
English? I mean, what?
I don't know if she joined the Australian Navy, I think, or I think it was the New Zealand. I don't know.
Oh, so it's one of theirs.
Probably, I don't know.
Okay.
But she fell in love with that Navy because she went over there and had a whole vacation trip, and she was just like, yo, I want to be here. You know?
That is the weirdest thing. She must have ate some good fucking semen snatch.
Yeah.
And she just like, I need to join.
Yeah.
What's up? Like, of all the non-manly fucking parts of the Army, the Navy.
It just sucks that it's first. First.
Everybody's got to learn. Always put a bitch behind the wheel, and there's always an accident. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
But, so,
Reminds me of that one South Park skit. Did you see?
which one? Remind me.
I forgot who they were making fun of. It was this one. This one girl. She was in charge of Star Wars, the acolyte and stuff. She was like, put a bitch in it and make her gay. You know what I'm talking about or no?
Yes.
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 Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Oh, wow. bro.
That's exactly what it reminds me of. I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, I'm not even going to touch that topic because the Frisco and the Crisco, it just needs to fucking...
Look, we already talked about DEI. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm done with that shit, bro.
It's
It's
not
just
needed,
not
you know
happening.
what I mean?
I just, look...
Whatever happened to just judging a person based on the skill and not, you know.
Yeah, that's long
skill of
gone,
taking
bro.
it,
That's
you know?
long gone, man. When I was growing up, it was affirmative action.
Yeah.
And it could be he's only got 2 years of college, but he's a minority. He goes first. So it was minorities and women. And then all government contracts. I worked for this guy, this Macedonian guy, Boro. I worked for him. He had a very lucrative asbestos remediation business. And the one time that I was working there, we got the the Midtown Tunnel job. We got the Midtown Tunnel. And that was like something like $7 million, $10 million, some shit like that. A big contract. And it was weird because he'd send me out on bids. He'd be like, "Hey, it's a sealed bid." But you know how that works. When you go there to give the bid, you also talk to the head guy and you'd be like, shove him an envelope. You got to pray that the other guy, wasn't fucking undercutting you on the bid and be like, "Well, I'm going to give him fucking 15 grand cash," Yeah. But whatever.
That doesn't make sense. To
Well,
me,
he had a
honestly,
girlfriend
bro.
at the time.
How are you paying money for them to pay you money? You see how stupid that is?
Okay, so
You do see the redundancy though, like how it doesn't.
I
make
do,
any
but
sense.
what it is this. So when you do the bid, you got your workers there, you got material, you got whatever, and then you make your profit.
Yeah,
So
I
then
know.
you get your profit, and you could play with that profit. So like, you kind of get also inside information. Like everybody knows what the job is going to be,
Yeah.
and they know that everybody knows the cost. And at that time when we were working there, it was mostly people from the Balkans, predominantly Macedonians, Serbians. There was a few Albanians. They didn't own the company. They worked in that. Anybody from the Balkans used to, but the majority was Macedonians. I think there was one Montenegrin. There's like 3 or 4 Serbians. Dude, they cornered that market. They just everything because everything was built pre-World War II, so everything had asbestos in the tile, in the paint, in the ceiling, in the, whatever the fuck. So, it took years to remediate, and there's still some buildings that didn't remediate. Now the new thing is lead. I don't want to get, too far ahead of myself, but this guy Boro, he was, always like he just knew like the inside. So then he would look at the job, walk through it, and be like, I could do it for this, and then okay, if I could walk away with just making $300,000 on this for me, good. But if I have to go down to $2, so he would sometimes have to go down to $2 bare minimum,
Right.
But there was times that he didn't have fucking work for like weeks and months. Then there was times where he went into overdrive. He had like 18 jobs at once. Like it was just like, and he had to look for people, and he would look in the Balkan community. He had connections with the fucking licensing division, so you'd go in. If you could answer at least 10 questions out of 30, he'd get paid, he'd pass. You get workers get $35, $45 an hour, some 60. I was a supervisor. I was getting like 65 to 75 depending on the job. But I'm getting a little off. But what it is so you bid, and after you bid, you give this guy a little money. And the reason you give him a little money is because for him to favor your bid, because he's the guy who opens the bids and goes, this. Now, everybody knows, let's say if it's me, you, and Jay, you know what you bid, I know what I bid, she knows what she bid. But we're not going to talk to each other about how much we bid. We're just going to keep fucking each other like over drink. Like, fuck you, I hope you don't get the job. Yeah, well, and you undermine the guy. Well, I undercut, I bid really low. Meanwhile, you didn't. You just,
Yeah, I know.
So
it's just the fact of like the same thing with union jobs and shit. It's like,
I
need to get, you know what I mean? I need to get.
You
this
need
guy
to
a
know
job.
somebody.
Here's money.
It's
like it just confuses me because you're paying to go get money.
My man,
You know what I mean?
that's how your mom got her fucking job. I paid for that shit. And people say, oh, she's so talented. No, she's a talentless twit. She got fucking in that fucking commercial building maintenance paying off a fucking head supervisor. Yeah. We didn't say it was a payout. We said it was a gift. I am Cuban, But whatever. Look, point of the matter is, in fucking certain circles, that's how the world revolves, So, I'll give you a quick story. He brought me in, and it was for Vanguard. I don't know if it was Vanguard Realty or Vanguard. It was the corporation Vanguard. They had a lot of buildings everywhere. And he sent me in because he knew he was going to get the bid, but he needed to give the guy a bribe. So he sent me in to give him the bribe. I didn't know why he sent me in. So he used to make fun of me all the time. He'd be like, hey, because he considered himself like a Yugoslav, the Balkan. Everybody was the same. And here I am, war broke out, I'm fucking so pro-Serb, and he was just like, hey, Chetnik, this and that, Chetnik, so he kind of, but he did it tongue-in-cheek. I didn't mind. We all fucking grilled each other, and he had everybody. He had the United Nations working for him. So it's cool. We all work together. So he sends me in, so I have to go to the office, and I go into Vanguard in Manhattan and go to the, whatever floor it was. I get in, I'm sitting waiting for the guy to come in, and I notice his last name. And I'm not going to say it because I don't want to fucking get anybody in trouble. But I see he's got a fucking long-ass last name that ends in Kovic, So it was like, Vich, and I just was like, oh, this dude's Serbian. And he walks in, he goes, hey, I'm Dusan. When he said dude, I was like, this motherfucker's straight 100% Serbian. There's no intermix or whatever. So when you meet a fellow Serb, do you speak? Now, I heard he had a little bit of an accent, so I was just like, where are you from? And he goes, well, you should know. I'm from Serbia. Aren't you from Serbia? And then he goes to me, Govoriš Srpski. I'm like, yeah, I speak Serbian. And, back and forth. And he goes, so you have something for me? So, yeah, pull out the fucking envelope, and I put it on the table. He just opens it. Typical, And he goes, okay. He goes, when can you guys start? I said, I don't know, just give us like a fucking 10-day, grace that he could order, supplies and whatever, because we have to do encapsulation fucking things. That's where you encapsulate. You make like a little, a change room, a fucking wash room, a decontamination room. So I was like, we need to, get that at one end of the tunnel, the other, and we gotta put it together. We have to close one tunnel every night. So you have to up it, take it down, put it back up. It's fucking crazy just to clean the duct system of the asbestos, So anyway, that's my little story on how you bribe a fucking high official.
Yeah, so moral of the story, don't let lesbians cap the boats.
Yeah, don't let lesbians that don't know how to pay the other man, one hand washes the other. In that case, one hand washes the chooch. She was probably washing her chooch when that shit fucking capsized. She's like,
I bet you all the seamen were fucking like just arguing with her, like, you're not piloting right.
Listen, I think,
girl, I'll show you. Get off the wheel. Get off the wheel, hun.
Let a man do it.
You don't even want to, okay?
But I think she was in control of this big ass fucking boat that looked like the shape of a penis, and she said to herself, "I'm going to capsize, and I'm going to fuck Mother Earth in the ocean because it's so wet." And that's, and all the semen's going to come out on the sides. Put that in your fucking...
She really said, I'm going to stick it to the man. Quite literally.
I'm going to stick it to New Zealand. Us women, watch us grow. I don't know why that was my woman voice. It's a Frisco voice. It's just, you're all the same. I don't give a shit. I don't care. So,
yeah.
Now that you... I just... I don't know, man. I'm trying to fucking wiggle this one in.
How do you want to wiggle that?
So, you mentioned SpongeBob before.
I can't wait to hear this one, bro.
So, I showed you last night, Marco, and I'm gonna put it up.
Oh yeah. Nah, I know what you're talking about.
So I sent him a picture of this crazy whack bitch that took plastic surgery to some fucking awkward level. And, she's just like...
Yeah.
And who does she look like? You remember in SpongeBob where Patrick... I forgot what it was. He got hit?
It wasn't Patrick. It was Squidward.
Squidward. My bad. I apologize.
Squidward got his face slammed so many times.
So many times that it turned out like he was like a Greek god. But the Greek god, which was funny, big-ass bald head...
His fucking, how the hell did his cheekbones change?
And his cheekbones came out, and then his chin came.
Yeah.
So this bitch
was chiseled.
Yeah, and this bitch looks like that version of Squidward.
Yeah.
And in the quotations at the bottom, it says Squidward makeover.
Yeah.
And I just was like, oh my fucking God. So then I go to Marco. I sent it to him. Marco goes, no, I said, check out this bitch. And the first thing that Marco sent me back was a meme of Squidward. And I said,
I just sent the photo. I didn't even read the caption.
Yeah, I said, read the caption. He goes, oh shit, I hit the fucking, the nail on the head. And I'm just like,
I hit the door in Squidward's face, apparently.
So
it was just crazy.
It was, and I'm gonna put it up, and it's a laugh.
I gotta ask.
See it side by side.
Now, why do people take fucking plastic surgery to that extreme? Because like at that point, it literally looks like you're fucking Bugs Bunny. Like,
all right,
you know what I mean? Like you look like fucking.
So
you look like a Looney Tunes character.
So like bodybuilders in the gym that are.
You're talking about the ones that like over abuse steroids to the point that like their muscles are the size of the table.
Yeah, it's just they got muscles where they're not supposed. The guys, when you're lifting weights, you build up a little of this part of the arm, the hand, and this part, and and you're doing your buys. But there's guys in the gym that are just like boom, and then they have a muscle here, like on their hand, that's like a fucking like a tennis ball. What are you doing? Are you working this out at home or what? You play guitar that your fucking hands are like, Hellboy. I don't look. When people take shit to an extreme, you work out, I work out, you're tattooed, I'm tattooed. What's taking all of that shit to the extreme? Well, you have no more room left, so you start going here. You start going on your face. You look like a bathroom stall.
Yeah,
that's taking it to an extreme. Everybody has to have a fucking that one like little border where you just don't go over. You just draw that line in the sand.
But it's like, how the fuck do people not know how to draw that line in the sand? There's people that go even worse than this bitch. It's so fucking bad. Like
Hollywood has an issue, and in Hollywood, there's a lot of people that think they're ugly. Or somebody makes a comment, like I'll give you for instance, the guy that did Fall Guy, Ryan Gosling. He's a good-looking motherfucker. No Frisco, no nothing. He's a good look. No homo.
No Diddy, no homo.
No Diddy, no homo. No Frisco. He's a good-looking motherfucker. Okay, have you seen him in movies lately? Yeah. He's got work done, And his cheeks, where he used to have nice chiseled cheekbones and whatever, somebody said something about his face aging. And they said it once, twice, 3 times. All of a sudden, when you look in the Fall Guy, he's like, his face is a little tighter, but he's got balls up here. And they call that the pillow face. Look at everybody in Hollywood for that pillow face, and you'll see it. Courtney Cox from Friends.
Yeah.
She went and took it to the next level where her chin got chiseled and long. She put implants in it, and she put these things in here, and she's just like, like her face looked like somebody hit her with a fucking frying pan. The Squidward. Bang, Everybody's doing it. Fucking Kim Kardashian. Dude, it's you know what, they do it, and they say, oh, it doesn't look bad, because they do it minimal. And then they say, well, let me go a little extra.
But it's like they make themselves ugly at that point. You know what I mean?
Well,
like I've seen like such grotesque fucking.
Listen, I agree with you. Yes, to me they're ugly. To you they're ugly. But in all honesty, man, they don't see it.
But how?
I mean, look at Kim. I think she removed some ribs and she fucking cinched her fucking waist in. Her hips are gigantic. She put more, whatever she injected in her ass and whatever, or fucking implants, whatever. It's disgusting. That Brazilian butt lift, it's not a butt lift. It's disgusting. It's 2 sticks with balls on the end. It's just, look, I'll never understand. Just like with people tattooing over it. Like, I have a thing. I will not put a tattoo on my neck. It just puts you in the level. Like, you just swivel. You go from nice, tattoos, this and that, and then swivel. And then what's left? Your fucking face. And then what's left after that? The inside of your fucking hand. What's left after that? Your fucking dick. Your asshole. And I've even seen that, like, searching on shit. Like, fucking girl had her asshole, the fucking asshole tattooed.
Why?
I don't know.
How? Like, don't you fucking tap out immediately?
I don't fucking know. I was watching it. She's like, and I'm like, why? It's like, what did she put, an eyeball? I'm dying to know, because I just didn't want to go delve into it, but what did she put, an eyeball? So that way, like, when you, it goes.
What the fuck, though? Like,
I don't fucking know, bro. It's just, it's fucking retarded. It's just, I don't know. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling, because everybody thinks, like, and it's running rampant in Serbia. In Serbia, it's running rampant, because, like, I watch, Serbian shows and whatever, and this is the most famous thing they started doing first. Their boobs. Okay.
Yeah.
Some of them look good. Some of them are fucking obese, like 50 cc's, and in each boob, it's just
Jesus.
There's
Fucking,
like nothing holding. There's nothing holding the boob. There's no little fat. It's just, pow, like round. You can see the creases from the bag of fucking saline. It's like, like insane. But they're doing now their lips, and their lips are all like this.
That I don't.
And then when they talk, the lip don't move. They just like. That sounds like my fucking fiance farting. But
I can catch it straight.
she's like, something's gonna fly over here, and he's like, bang, But and then they do that. The lip, it's like this. I'll give you a perfect example.
Lip, though? I don't
that lip that goes up. You know who's got it? And it's pronounced, and it looks horrible. The girl from Deadpool that played his girlfriend.
Who?
She's a Brazilian actress.
Yeah.
She's Brazilian of nature.
Brazilian?
Yeah, she's Brazilian, but I think she's whatever. She was born here or whatever, but her parents come from Brazil. So she has that lip, and it's like this. And you can see the way it sticks out, and those little lines on the cleft there. Oh my God, it's just, it doesn't move, And then you do the bottom one, and it's just like this all the time. Yeah, and some of them inject so much that it looks like there's a little saying on the side, inflate to 60 pounds. It's like, it's retarded, man. Look, they think it's attractive, and guys accept it. I don't know why. And the guys, all they do is shoot up steroids and get big in Serbia, and they do MMA. That's their kick. And they get tattooed. They're 20-something years old, yet they have more ink than I have. Like you're going to be 20. What the fuck? Like, if you had, like, a tattoo on your face and all over your neck, and you have like a fucking big eyeball on the back of your neck, and first off, where are you getting your money? Dude, tattoos are expensive regardless if you're in a third world country
or not,
rich country, whatever the fuck. I know people that get tattooed back home, and it's pretty much anywhere from 50 to 100 euros an hour.
Right.
Where the fuck are you getting money? I can see some of the tattoos, they look like scratchers, and I'm pretty sure that they're really good artists back home, you know? So I just think somebody gets a tattoo gun, plays on some fake fucking skin, or gets their pig from the backyard and he's like, because pig skin is the closest to us, you know?
Yeah.
So I think, you know,
Still,
that's how
it doesn't
that
explain
goes.
where they get the money from.
I don't fucking know. I
don't
mean,
know.
not everybody's a criminal back home. Not everybody, you know, everybody's like, they're saying, oh, people are living on an average of 400 to 600 euros a month. Bull fucking shit, bro. Because you go into the fucking city, apartments are like fucking 250. That's 250 for rent. You're gonna tell me that when you go out somewhere? I went back fucking in 2007. I'm in Belgrade, and I'm like getting a coffee, and the coffee then was exactly what the coffee is in the United States. So if I go and I have a coffee, and it's not a high end place, but a regular fucking place, and I say, hey, give me an espresso, it's about $2.
Right.
In Serbia, it was $1.50 to $2. You go to Montenegro by the beach, it's $3. Yeah,
Bro.
And you know, our coom just went to Croatia, and he was just like, "Oh, it's like fucking $5 a coffee on the beach." What, dude? You have two coffees, $10. How the fuck are you surviving? You know, and people are living. People are living on 600 euros. Look, that mentality over there never ceases to amaze me because they all have fucking. They're in a village and they have a fucking iPhone. You're in a village, you know? Little joke. Guy sitting there in a cafe and he goes, hey, look, I got GPS. So the other guy goes, what the fuck you need GPS for? Like I would say, like, what the fuck do you need GPS for? Well, I can see where my wife's going into town. Dude, it's 4 blocks. Where the fuck is she gonna go? Like, she's either at the park, oh, nah, she's at church. Nah, she went to the fucking trafika, which is a little store, like, that's in the middle. It's like a little octagon, and you have candy, cigarettes, magazines, newspapers. They call it a trafika. So they have them all over, you know, in a little.
Is it like those things in the airport or some shit, or like are you talking
like
about?
a kiosk? Yeah, it's kind
kinda-
of like a kiosk.
kinda like
It's
a
just
kiosk.
completely closed.
Okay.
You close up at 6. You pull the gates down.
Okay.
It's your little spot. It's just like a, I don't know, like a 10 by 10, maybe 10 by 12, but it's an octagon. And then you go in there, you have a little fucking cash register. You got candy, you got this. Sunflower seeds was big. When I used to go back home, you get a little pack of sunflower seeds, whatever, for like fucking 20 dinars, 15 dinars, and, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you know, that's all they do. All they, it's like, that's like the pastime in Serbia, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know how the fuck I got off that. I'm fucking jumped into that thing. What you got on your fucking list?
I don't even know, man. What, bro? You got me invested in the story, and then I don't know what the fuck to do.
What, the story with Serbia? You want me to
Yeah.
talk about Serbia some more?
No. Just give me a second about like, what else? Oh, did you hear about the kid getting screamed at in Houston or no?
No, I did not.
No, you did not. Okay.
School me to that.
Jordan Bowen,
Okay.
fucking bitch. I'm gonna have to say that right now because this kid didn't even deserve this.
Okay.
She was screaming at this fucking.
Hold up. You talking about that bitch that screamed at the little baby in the fucking carriage? Yeah, I did
after
see that.
screaming
shit.
at the
I just
father.
didn't get her name.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, Jordan Bowen.
What a fucking bitch. I
Yeah,
saw
what the
that. I'm going to
fuck,
drop
bro?
that video.
I forgot how long ago that happened. I think it just happened.
It just happened.
It just happened, right?
Just happened.
Okay. Which that pissed me the fuck off. Like the kid had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
The kid
it's-
wasn't even wearing fucking Republican.
What was she,
shit,
like
right?
5, 6?
Yeah, dude. Like props to her for not crying though because she
It was
she
disgusting.
just stared at her like. Yeah, 3-4. Like,
Yeah.
this is
It's-
not fair.
look,
like, what the fuck, bro?
That just goes to show you the level that Democrats and liberals will go to.
Yeah.
To scream at a child that has no idea. So now this kid's going to be traumatized. And what is she going to know? Democrats are bad.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Democrats are bad because Democrats yelled at me, gave me, dude, kids, you don't fuck with kids. You don't fuck with, like, you know, if older people are going to talk shit, they talk shit. You just fucking, get the fuck out of my face, you know? The kids,
What
man.
did the kid do, bro? I just don't get
No,
it.
it's a bad video. And even there was a black woman behind her. She was holding a Harris sign or whatever. She even said, "Yo,"
Fucking
like,
just
"Yo,"
grabbed her and
Yeah.
like moved her. Like, yo, what the fuck are you
Like,
doing?
even she had a little, you know, common sense, some morality. Like, "Yo, what the fuck did the kid do to you?" Ah, she's a fucking future Republican. Ah, like right in the fucking kid's face. And that's what she did, right?
Yeah, that's
she was
what
just
she
like, "Rah, fucking Harris, Trump." Like, fucking kid was just like, "Daddy, daddy, the evil liberal yelled at me. You know, like, the fuck, man. You know, you people need to fucking, now, here's what grinds my gears. Here we go, bringing in the grinds my gears. And I'm going to fucking probably go 10, 15 minutes on a whole bunch of shit that grinds my gears. But I'm going to try to cut it. What grinds my gears is that the Republicans, we take it. There's some that, let's say out of 100% of Republicans, let's say a 10%, that'll fucking be like in your face, fuck you, and yeah, fuck Harris, okay. But how many of the Democrats and liberals do that fucking shit? They throw a fit. When Trump won, they were screaming in the streets, no! Like fucking going ape shit. They started overturning cars in certain areas, fucking starting fires, looting,
rioting, all that other shit.
Listen, it ain't gonna change. We sat there and took Joe for 4 years. We complained about him. We brought his idiocy to fucking light. Him falling up a flight of stairs, not down a flight of stairs. And now there's a video that's leaking all over the place of him saying some fucking really derogative shit about Trump, and then a person from the audience goes, oh, but you did quid pro quo. You did this. Your son Hunter was getting paid. Didn't you say, hey, well, I'll be a fucking monkey's uncle? They fired the guy, and they got their $1 billion. Yo, and then all Joe was, come on, man. Come on, man. Look, it is what it is. They're nuts. They're nuts. And I think they're very sick. Another guy just got kicked out of a Harris rally.
Yeah.
Okay. And all he was saying was Kamala something. I forgot what it was. He was saying, tell us the truth about this and about that, and whatever he was saying, he had a valid point to say. That everybody surrounded him, started throwing punches and whatever, flinging his fucking phone, and and they literally the police came out, handcuffed him, and took him out as an agitator. But yet, if they do that,
so he could get jumped and
Yes.
fucking arrested and
Yes.
all that shit. But if they did that over here,
Yep.
there would be fucking
Yep.
civil unrest.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what I mean?
just
Like,
listen.
Oh my god,
I can't listen. I can't stress enough. I know I'm getting a little off, but I can't stress enough. Vote. Whoever you're going to vote for, vote. I'm not going to sit here and say take one side, take the other. Vote. Go out and vote. And don't fucking mail in ballot. Go out and vote. Get your fucking kids to take you. Marco's going. My fiance's going. My mother's going. They could vote. Yes, we're Trump supporters. But at the end of the day, my son has his own fucking valued opinion. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. If he wants to be a moron and vote for fucking Harris, he can. I don't give a fuck. Will I fucking ostracize him in the house? Yeah, I'll call him a dick every time I pass by the fridge.
You
I'll
know
be like,
damn well I'm
fucking
not
dick.
doing that.
You're a dick.
Why the
You're a
fuck would I
dick.
do that, bro?
Fucking Harris dick. And then I get Judge Joe to call you up. Hey, Marco, why you gotta be a fucking asshole?
Got him!
Why you gotta be an asshole and vote for Harris? Don't you know she's a hoe? Oh, I'm sorry. You probably want to get a piece of that, don't you? Well, let me tell you something. It smells like fucking goddamn seaweed.
What?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but grinding my gears, that's one of the things that grinds my gears. And now the underlying issue, it's like a fucking wound that festers, and then you open it up and all the pus comes to the top. You know what else fucking grinds my fucking gears is that lately Matt Cox has been dropping on his true crime, my show that I did with him, my interview. Now he's dropping little I'm not angry about that. What I'm angry about that coming out of the woodworks is every fucking mook and every schmo calling me a liar, making fun, saying, yeah, gone to 60 seconds, or whatever the fuck. Whatever they're saying, they're saying. Of course, there's some people that are saying, hey, interesting story, or whatever, or hey, you know what, it's a good story, I just don't buy it. Okay. I'll take any comment. Any comment is a good comment. But when you're sitting there and trying to shit on me and stir meat up to say shit back, I'm not going to do it. I have people that'll vouch for me, and in turn, I want everybody to know I already lined up the first guest, Frankie Fiordolino, will be on our show, and I'm going to do an in-depth. If Frankie's willing, we'll have some drinks. I want to do 3 hours, and I'm not going to put out that show 3 hours. I'm going to put out bits and pieces. I need to do what everybody else is doing, as in to tease the audience a little bit, to bring them in. And if you guys love it, I'm going to have a different a different side of Frankie Fiordolino. Everybody's just, oh, he's mob. He knows mob things. He did, he was in the mob. He did this. He was in jail, and and he ratted. And I'm not going to hit those questions. I'm going to hit specific things, how he felt growing up in that neighborhood. I'm going to ask all kinds of things that I want to ask, that I think other people would like to know. And I know you probably got some questions because you're going to be like, hey, you're finally meeting somebody that used to rock and roll with me back in the day. I know you. You're going to be like, oh, so what was it like in the streets? How about that story my dad said when you pulled out the gun and shot at the bouncers? And he's going to be like, oh, come on, man, Marco, I don't need to be, So we're going to do it, And I'm not bringing him on to vindicate me or vouch for me in any way. He's already vouched for me through Jeff Nadeau. He's put up a picture that I gave him of us back in the day. Some of the guys are already captains in the background and whatever. And he put it up, and I'm a Serb mob associate. And it's like, I don't need to prove to anybody. But, it's these keyboard fucking warriors. You know what I mean? Like, these are the people that, like, I'll probably see you on the street and you'll be like, hey, man, love your story. And then you go and shit on me. Look, keep shitting on me. You're not getting to me. We have a saying back home, and I think I've said it a few times on the show, but I'm going to say it again. So for a good horse, a stallion, when it trollops and it's walking, it picks up that dirt. Everybody's going to talk about that stallion. Oh my God, look how fucking beautiful he is. Or look at the way he trollops. Look how quick he is. Look how fast. They may even say some bad shit like, he ain't going to beat this one. He's fucking lame. He's got a bad leg or what. But they're talking. Are they going to talk about that nag that sits in the barn that comes out with a fucking U-shaped fucking stomach with the back is broken and it comes out and it's like all fucked up, patches of hair missing? They don't talk about that. They're going to be like, yo, put that shit to pasture. We don't want to talk about that. So guess what? I'm not stallion, so keep fucking talking. I really don't give a fucking shit, Like I said, any news is good news. Any talk is good talk, so keep talking. My name is in your mouth. That's what's important. So, and I'm not sitting here talking about mob shit. Yeah. And that's what irks me the most. They're going over there and shitting, and then one guy said, oh, him and his son has a fucking show on TikTok. We don't have a show on TikTok. We just drop shorts on TikTok. But now I'm getting people on TikTok coming on just specifically to shit on me. And I mean, it's just like, I get up in the morning and I'm like looking and I'm like, oh, fucking move. Move. I don't want to see, because it just says you got a new comment. I'm like, boom. It's not somebody I follow. It's not somebody who follows me. It's just, they just started to follow me because they're looking for my demise and my downfall and your downfall and whatever.
Well, look, fuck them.
That's what I say.
Let them go suck their fucking boyfriend's dicks.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep doing this.
Yeah, shit. I wish I had one of the guys' names that I could just like call out and be like, hey, Dave Buster or whatever your fucking name is.
Dave and Buster, what the fuck, bro?
Dave Buster 666. You go blow your fucking boyfriend, Choke on his fucking 8-inch dick,
You got another fucking shit story or whatever the fuck.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, if I know who it was, yeah, I got stories.
Yeah.
I got stories. So, if it's somebody that I know or if they made up a fake name just to shit on me, because there was one guy specifically that was shitting on me on Matt Cox's show, and he was he tried to shit on me on Bill Stax's show as well, and Bill shut him the fuck down because Bill did his homework. Bill spoke to Punch, who vouched for me, spoke to a couple of other people that vouched for me and said, yo, he's the real deal. I just say it takes a G to know a G. And I show so much mad respect, even if it's the younger generation. If they're G's, they're gangsters, I tip my hat off. God bless you. I had my moment. I stepped away. But, in the words of Dominic Sicali, don't think I'm not going to do nothing. Like, you step to me. Don't think it's going to be like, okay, all right. Yo, step to me. I'll step back. I'm going to put a hurt. I'll get my jaw broken. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to put a hurt. I ain't scared to get hurt. I've gotten beat down by 14, 15 people. Took a bat to the head. I don't give a fuck, bro. I may be fucking 55 going on 56, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take care of what I got to take care of. And then if I can't take care of what I got to take care of and you're coming at me, you're going to be in the fucking grave. End of story. I'm done. No premeditated murder, no nothing. I'm going to protect myself. So, you want to keep shitting. I love it. Keep coming. Look at this.
What the fuck?
I got somebody on Facebook saying they like the reel. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to Drew Duthill. Duddle. Drew Duddle.
Right.
Duttill. Yeah, he actually brings the oxygen to the how he works for an oxygen company. He brings oxygen for your grandmother.
Oh,
And I met him, and I was just like, hey, gave him a shirt, gave him a keychain. I don't know if I gave him a mug. And I gave him that, and I was just like, I got a show, and he was like, yo, big up. He goes, mad respect. He came straight out, boom, boom, subscribe, started liking, and I saw him one more time, and I was like, hey, I see you, showing mad love. He goes, I got to show mad love, man. He goes, your show was all right, and I was just like, I appreciate that, I mean, look, it's a show, not everybody, it's not everybody's flavor, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not angry about that, Yeah. But, like I say, to all the fans, without you guys, we're nothing. And we do it for you guys. We're not getting paid here. We're just doing this for the love of just throwing out shit. Me and my son get to bond. We get to put this precious moment on film. So when I'm long gone, he could be like, look at your crazy grandfather talking smack,
Talking shit about people shitting.
Let's take it over and me and you do a show now. And it'll be called whatever, the Mood Lounge 2. I don't fucking know. Whatever you want to do, you do, bro. So, okay, I think we got more than enough time. I got a little editing to do. So, like again, I say, if you guys got some comments that you want, some topics that you want us to touch on, please drop in the comments and hit that like button.
Comment down below.
Hit subscribe.
Hit that notification bell so you don't miss us.
And we'll see you on the next time on the Mood Lounge. Peace.
Got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!